Hey guys, real quick before we start the video, I want to direct you to the community tab on my channel. I am currently running an event for you, the viewers, to rate every single Monster Hunter monster from 1 to 5 stars. This project is going to be a bit of a run back from the 20th anniversary popularity poll and is meant to allow everyone to voice their opinion on every monster, so we can get a big picture look at how the whole community feels about the entire Monster Hunter bestiary. There will be a new poll on the community tab every single day at noon Eastern Standard Time, and all polls will remain live on the channel, so you can answer any of them at any time. You will not miss out if you miss the poll for the day. I will be updating numbers all the way from now until the end of October when the last polls have been run, and in October or November, we're going to have a massive video event where your comments will be read, all the numbers will be crunched, and the monsters will be reordered based on how you all voted. Every vote on every poll matters, and anyone has a chance to have their comment read in the video itself. And if you want to help me get more data and reach the broader Monster Hunter community, I'd appreciate a like on this video and, maybe hit the subscribe button to help this channel grow. It'll put me and this project in front of more eyes. Okay, no more YouTuber CTA shilling. Here's the video you actually clicked on. Thank you. Hey, what's up everybody? It's everybody's favorite time of the day, 4 o'clock in the morning, baby. Woo! And we're back. We got another weapon. We got the Gunlance. Ooh. Gunlance was a weapon I enjoyed quite a bit in Iceborne. It was definitely kind of like a situational set, but like a lot of people, that Raging Brachydios armor came out and it was just too good to pass up. Another weapon that I did not get around too much in Rise and Sunbreak just because I didn't, but I know it's a weapon that had a lot of like silk binds and whatnot that people really fond of. Oh yeah, Gunlance has always been like a weapon that I enjoy, but man, I've never been like, I'm gonna lock in and really learn Gunlance. Let's see if Wilds can convince me. Haven't seen this trailer yet, don't know what we're fighting, don't know what we're looking at, don't know what gear we're looking at, so this is gonna be fun. Let's check it out. Alrighty, so this looks to be whatever our village tree is once again. The more kind of like leathery type of look going on. The blue stripes on there. I love the look of the shield. I love the look of the lance. That's great. Yeah, no, the blue stripes are nice and poignant. The leather covering looks really good on the Gunlance and the shield. Whatever that like little circular plates, a nice little like that shield is really well detailed. And we have ourselves the ingot armor back. Good old classic set. Always like the look of this set, and it is looking nice and polished and shiny in this trailer. Absolutely. Alright, back to fighting Chata. Long range ability to fire explosive shells. Ooh. Oh, whoa, what are we? Okay. Gotta get his powerful attacks. Variety of shell-based attacks. Okay, classic but different angle. Quick little mistake I made right here. My brain conflated the vertical angle of full burst with the horizontal angle of the follow-up wide sweep and kind of melded them together in my brain when I was watching this. And I think I also combined it with the air burst, which that is a horizontal burst sweep. So there's a couple of times in this video where I'm going to get that angle kind of confused. I'll try and like trim around that. But yeah, that's just a little addendum right here. Wyvern fire, we like Wyvern fire. Focus mode to target weak points, of course. What? Okay, so the answer is yes, I want to play Gunlance. What the fuck was that? What the hell was that, dude? That looks so... What? What? Oof. You saw that too, right? Like, what the hell was? Oh my god! Like, they come out with the great sword. I'm like, yeah, that's Iceborne great sword, but like, you know, with like some cool focus attack. That's cool. I like the Iceborne great sword. And then, you know, heavy bowgun comes out. And it's like, oh man, rapid fire on heavy bowgun. I'm like, that's kind of sick. Insect glaive is like, oh yeah, you can like sling the bug around with your attacks and whatnot. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. It's big for the weapon. What the hell is Gunlance doing, man? They're like. Damn, dude. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back and watch. What? Rurikon's gonna be very happy. I am very excited for his video to come out on this. Cause what is going on, dude? Alright, long reach, ability to fire explosive shells. It starts off very normal. Those are your pokes. Those are your booms. That's your back hop. Use side steps to make small positioning adjustments. Okay, that's super cool. You're using like the Gunlance shells to propel yourself with the side hops. That's sick. Let me pull that one slow. Yeah, it should be good at 14. Yeah, nice look at Chatacabra's starfish right there. It goes in. Yep, boom. So he's going for the attack. Uses the shell for the side hop. Uses the shell for the side hop. Hopping around. That's genius. That's so smart. I'm gonna stop looking at Chatacabra's HD bug. It's still there. That's a better shot though. That's like actually brilliant. That's so sick. That's a little far back. There we go. Side steps. And boom. Wow. Wow, that's so cool. It's like, hey, how about you know your Lance side hops? Yeah, now they do explosions with this thing. Oh man, what are they, dude? And I'm like a normal Lance guy. It better be nice to my guy, cause they're pretty nice to this one. Holy dude. And then you go rushing back up out of that with like a follow-up, like you got a follow-up hit after the explosion hops. That's a nice little gap clearer. I really like that. You get it's like the Lance's big like slash, but you get some distance to it, so it's considerably less of a stupid move that I'm never gonna use. Yeah, I like that as a follow-up. That's pretty cool. And then you just go, oh, you get to follow it up. That's so cool. That's so sick. That's so sick. And then you run in slash. And then you do like, oh, it's this like fanning. Is there focus on that for aiming? Let me look and see. No, it doesn't seem to be. That's a very precise like angle on that. Slashes. Yeah, I'm wondering how, because that looks really cool, but that is like a very like good read for him to be like back over that shoulder like that. So I wonder how this little follow-up is aimed. Yeah, let me... Rushes up, uses the slash like that. Tacha goes to the side. So okay, so it's like a spin around, but it's not like a full 180 spin, or like it's not a full 360. It goes from that position, spins around. It's like 270 degrees. Looks really sick, but that's interesting. So I'm curious how that's gonna be aimed, or is it just like that, a spin around into the 270, and you really got to know how that arc works for good positioning, because it's a really, really cool follow-up, but like the direction it goes is curious to me. Yeah, it does a slash, and boom. Yeah, okay. So I'm curious how exactly the inputting for that little maneuver is going to work. Very cool looking, though. And that falls up into Warp State Cannon. Wormstake Cannon's got a whole different animation to it, too. And, like, sound design to it. Very interesting. So you can follow off this big spin burst attack with Wormstake Cannon. Looks like it deploys very fast, too. Like, there's not a lot of, because I remember with, like, Iceborne Gunlance, it was a lot of, like, you stab, and then you deploy the thing in the monster, and then you yank back, and it's a very kind of, like, chunky animation, and that's kind of where you could sometimes, kind of whiff the Wormstake Cannon, or the Wormstake Blast, is because, you know, the embedding of the actual cannon needed a second or two. But this looks to be very, very fast. Yeah, look, it's just the poke. There's no stab, deploy, pull back. It's just poke, it's in. So we'll see how Wormstake Blast works, or Wormstake Cannon works for a couple like the other attacks going off, and see if that's like a universal quality of life, because if that is a universal quality of life with Gunlance's Wormstake Cannon, that's a nice little change for the weapon, I think. Let me watch it back one more time. Yeah, very, very quick deployment. Okay, so it's looking like very similar to the Lance's kind of counter stance. It looks like Gunlance is able to lock in after an attack hits and then just respond with an immediate follow-up. So they're giving it perhaps just a little bit of an extra edge of aggressive defense that the weapon doesn't always have. Boom. Okay. Does that look like it's like a special stance? Yeah, okay, so that's curious, because, like, the shield, like, lowers, and then there's like, kind of like a particle effect flash, and then it immediately follows up with a counter hit. Yeah, so if you look at the first guard, very, very standard, no effect, no, like, big particle effects. Yeah, much more kind of definitive animation. Sounds like a stance clashing sound effect. There's a white flash on the shield, and then it is immediate follow-up. So, okay, does that mean that Gunlance is getting a kind of a counter stance? Definitely not to the same extent that the Lance has, but it seems like that could be the case. It's definitely, it's the feeling I'm getting from, like, the sound effect from this big hit. Yeah, that seems like an input. Yeah, so maybe, I'm not 100% on that, but maybe Gunlance seems to have some kind of counterattacking ability off of its shield, which, not a bad thing, though that does kind of go into what Lance does. As a big, beefy shield weapon, I always kind of felt like the shield aspect of the Gunlance was typically not super interesting. That always kind of seems to be the normal Lance's kind of big thing, so giving a little bit of that layer to the Gunlance does kind of flesh it out a little bit. I think that's interesting. So what's Lance gonna get that's gonna make it super cool? Interesting to think about. All right, powerful shell-based attacks. So it looks like your charge shots. Yeah, okay, so you can still charge your Gunlance shot, so that seems to be the case. This seems to... The charging animation is quite a bit different, and the charge seems to be a little bit longer, as far as I am aware. So are they looking to perhaps make charge shots a little bit more potentially damaging, maybe a little bit more risk-rewardy? You see the Gunlance steaming. There's like a little shock charge. Boom. Yeah, it takes a couple of seconds for it to fire. Like two seconds about? Yeah, charge. Charge. Boom. Yeah, and that's not Wyvern Fire. We'll see Wyvern Fire in a little bit. So are they making charged shelling more powerful and giving it a bigger build-up? Potentially. That could be interesting. Yeah, so boom. That happens. That's the only thing for that clip? Okay. Rushing in with the upsweep. Comes back down. This is slap lancing. We know about this. Then fires off the full barrel discharge. Little back hops. Braces to block that. Chatacabra whiffs, and we go into classical Wyvern Fire. Alright, so here's focus mode. Okay, so procs focus mode winds up a worm stake cannon, ejects the worm stake cannon forwards. Instead of it being put into the monster, it whirls around, it does a whole bunch of chip damage, and then detonates. That's just cool. That's just really cool looking. Yeah, so big animation, well, not even that big, kind of like half a second right there. You're in focus mode, you proc that, you load that up. The Gunlance stays folded down, you can see back there, so it's just the Wormstake cannon off of like the end of the back half of the Gunlance, sticks it into the Chatacabra. It just boom, 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 boom. So here's an interesting question just for building purposes. I know that that's the cannon and not the actual Gunlance, but interesting to think about whether or not that particular attack does status or element. Again, that's not the actual weapon itself. That is the cannon being fired over and over again, but that's something I'd like to know. Wouldn't be shocked if the answer is no about that having element or status, but if it does, could be a useful move for application of it, one way or the other. Just something really, really cool. And then ends with the explosion. Is there anything particularly interesting to see at the end here? So that looks like Wyvern Fire again. That is deployment of the Wormstake cannon. Let me see this really quick, because I think this is the only other time we've seen it injected into the monster. Yeah, okay, so they're starting at like right the second where it's going in, so it's kind of tough to tell, because I'm still interested to see if like the deployment is really quick with ever use of the cannon. Yeah, it's just starting right with it already in there, so a little tough to tell. The follows up, ooh, that's something interesting though. You deploy the cannon, but there's like no real kickback after that. She is following up into other attacks off of the Wormstake cannon incredibly quickly. That's another one of the, like the barrage, like the sweeping full deployment barrage thing, but this one's at a diagonal angle. So are they just giving you like free, maybe not completely free, but like just several different angles of attack? Yeah, because that's at a down diagonal angle. We've seen it at vertical, we've seen it at horizontal, we've seen it at like an arcing off of a spin. So like this kind of like is being like worked into the kit a lot more than I remember it ever being worked into the Gunlance's kit. Okay, so that's interesting. Hang on. So Wormstake gets deployed. Reload the Gunlance. Does the diagonal burst. Rams back in again. Deploys another cannon. Wow, this is kind of quick for a Gunlance. Your combos are looking pretty interesting on this weapon, man. Run that combo again. Stake, reload, burst, stake. And yeah, that's another instance of the stake being deployed pretty damn quickly. And I think this right here is your wound closure focus attack. You have like this, or is this? I think that's your closure. So it's like stabbing the lance into the wound and then firing while like the gun is borderline inside the monster. All right, let's run it back. And I thought that Insect Glaive trailer was impressive. Damn, dude. Yeah, Gunlance is going to be able to pull off some interesting stuff. With the Wormstake Cannon looking like it moves a lot smoother. We have better ability to land some counter hits off of block. The gunshot side steps. The new additions of arcing, fanning, burst shots off with this thing in multiple different directions at different angles. I'm curious how exactly those are going to work. The combos look to be extended. Focus mode gives you a really gnarly looking attack. Man, Gunlance is setting up the other trailers to be disappointing. Wow, they were nice to this weapon. I want to watch it one more time. Really kind of take it in. Bigger charge shots. Your normal stabs, yeah. It's your normal gameplay. That's nuts. Gunlance side hops into a rush hit, into a big fanning vault, into the cannon. Counter-strike into heavy hit. Bigger charge shot. Different burst angle. Wyvern Fire comes back. Razor Cutter Wormstake Cannon. Cannon deployment into reload, into burst, into cannon deployment. So, yeah, I'm playing Gunlance in Wilds. Holy damn, dude. This is currently, we haven't even seen all the weapons, but this is how I felt when I saw the Hunting Horn trailer for Rise. But, like, even more so than that, because this still feels like it's Gunlance and not them trying to, like, reinvent the Gunlance and turn it into a different weapon. No, this, like, still feels like it, but they cracked the hell out of this thing. Oh, man. Let me know down below what you're thinking, Gunlance fans. Tell me if you're excited, what I miss, what did I pick up on. And coming up right here in the end card is going to be my coverage of the Insect Glaive. But as for right now, this has been CR-Volcanic or Connor. I'll see you around. Shout out to all the patrons, and special shout out to Nihilist Chimerax, Datboy Doin de Ding, Sir Newt Newt, Peaberry, Stefan Colneen, Shaggy Grizzly, Psychotic Jester, Pecco Plush, Daniel Delasarte, and Call Sign Shadow. Thank you very much, everyone.